In two-ness, we dance and sing and celebrate. In oneness, we just enjoy this. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Not you, but you. The big you, the big why. It's in the relationship, in the divine relationship, you honor the relationship. You don't honor the other. That is already happening when you honor the relationship. So betrayal cannot be done to another. It can only be done to the self. So when you betray yourself, you betray the other, and the relationship is compromised. The integrity of it is. And that's where the agreements, the commitments, the mutual trust, and the boundaries have to be reestablished if you're to move forward and succeed. You can never project love. It's impossible. It's impossible to project love. Projection is something an ego does. It projects.
So it has to be fear.
It's all fear. It's either
Right.
fear or love. There's nothing else in the world. It's either derivative or an attribute of one or the other. So when someone's showing their ass instead of their heart, they're in fear. It has nothing to do with you. It's where they're coming from. It's where they're seeing from. Instead of seeing from the light they're out there looking for the light. And
But
it's
what-
right here.
What does have to do with me is my choice of interacting with them.
Well,
And to
that's
what
the
level.
choice. That's the
Right.
freedom that you have here. You can either abide by this. Look at me. You can abide by this, or you can abide by this. It's up to you. You choose. That's the choice you get here. If you don't let this ascend, you'll be stuck in the mire. You'll be rolling around in the mud, and you'll get self-gratification, but it's temporary at best. It doesn't have any longevity, no legs, no duration. And that's when you rely on the unreliable. That's why women, spread to be validated, and men enter to validate themselves. And that's not what's happening. You're witnessing love itself. You're not doing anything. You're not even participating.
So hold on.
You're witnessing love loving itself. How many are there in oneness?
Right.
How
So
many
it's
how many are there in oneness?
None. And every.
One.
Yeah.
There's only, and it's you. And so it's a reflection of your spiritual condition. Are you doing something to her? Are you witnessing love loving itself?
Right. So you watch it happen. There's no decision.
It's a witness.
This is what I've been going through.
And you respond and participate if you choose. If you're in fear, you're just reacting,
No,
trying
but what I'm trying to
accomplish something.
what I'm
There's
trying to
nothing to
bring-
accomplish.
I hear you totally. What I've been going through and I've been questioning is there a choice? Because for
Always
me,
is where you see from. That's the choice. Where are you seeing from? Are you seeing from the light? Are you seeing from a body? If you're seeing from a body, there's only another body. If you're seeing from the light, the reflection is always lovely. Namaste, motherfucker. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Really, this is dog shit awareness. This is not, ribbony, sparkly, fireworky
Rainbow.
love. No, man, this is dog shit awareness. That's what love is. It's awareness. There's no consciousness. We're prior to consciousness. We're the awareness that consciousness appears in. We're not the form. We're the space that form appears in. If I identify with this form, how insignificant is it, even at the molecular level? Look at a molecule or an atom. What's it made up of? 0.0001% of matter and 99.9999% of empty space. I'm going to identify with the empty space, darling, which I call light. I'm going to identify with that, not that little insignificant. So all of this that you can see, smell, taste, touch, and feel is 0.00001% of what's happening.
So is it possible to fall in love, or is that ego?
Following in love is always ego. Standing in love is spirit.
Existing in love, right?
Standing in it.
Yeah.
You don't go out and
What about when you're teetering?
get mana. You bring mana.
What about when you're teetering on the threshold and observing, like, oh wow, I have a choice right now to be light or a body. I feel like I've been
Jump in the void.
space. Right.
Jump in the void.
But I feel like
That's what faith is.
what I'm getting at is, like, I'm at the point now.
Don't be afraid.
With this lovely queen, I'm like, we have to do it together.
It's going to be scary, though. That's the point. But see, you have all the tools necessary to move through what seems to appear, because that's all it is an appearance that seems to be. It's not necessarily so.
It's a hologram.
Because all that's happening is you're loved and appreciated 24/7, 365 by the beloved one. And I would ask that you give that same love and appreciation to the beloved one.
And it starts with this beloved one that mirrors out into the reality that we live
It starts within, extends, expresses, and demonstrates out, and reflects back the condition that you're in.
I started loving myself.
Your spiritual
recently.
condition, not your physical and mental, because a lot of people spend a lot of money on their physical and mental condition.
Yeah, yeah.
And very few apply it to the spiritual condition because they're doing to have. You know, I want this, I need that, I'm building this, I'm going to accomplish that. There's nothing to accomplish. Everything's accomplished. Peace is here now. Peace is here now. And that's where the healing happens. People seek you. They seek the light. You're the light of the world, brother. Always have been, always will be.
I started loving myself recently. I was like giving myself a tough time, like you're not good enough, you didn't do this right, blah, blah.
It's baggage. You've been carried.
I recognized myself doing it, and then suddenly a part of me, which I would only ever compare to like a mother's love or some divine feminine, said, no, Jordan is cool. You're so good. You're so talented. You
have a lot to offer.
You're good enough.
You have a
and
lot
I felt that
to
hug
offer
from the beloved one that's inside me. And I thought, wow, that's it. That's the key. That's how
now
I start to be
that hug,
outside.
you give it away. Why? Because you have it to give. That's the only time you know you have anything in this life is the instant you give it away. Otherwise, you got dick. You got nothing. Period.
What's your name?
Kanee.
What do you want to tell the world besides all that?
What I want to tell the world, listen, ask yourself, if God was before you, what question would you ask God? Contemplate that. There's only one question, really, but contemplate what your question is.
See you next time.